Hello and welcome to another edition of Monticello Minute Unscripted. We're, as always, filming in the Advanced Printing Studios right off the square in beautiful downtown Monticello. We're in Southeast Arkansas. Something that's always been huge in Southeast Arkansas is agriculture. And this is kind of an agricultural week for us. We've got some special guests in this episode that are going to talk about the importance of agriculture and how it plays a role in our lives and our education. And with us today is the agriculture teacher from Drew Central, Miss Brittany Leek. Welcome to the show, Brittany.
Good to be here.
Now, Brittany, for anybody that don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I grew up in Hermitage, which is about 30 miles from here. I grew up on a cattle farm, and we also raised varying species of poultry, always had a family garden. Got in agriculture courses in 9th grade and was able to take them under the same instructor that my dad did. Started showing pigs, and agriculture became the love of my life educationally. I always loved science, I loved math, and I loved helping students, and so this was all of that just thrown into one. Graduated in 2008, went to UAM, got a degree in animal science, and then went to Fayetteville and got my master's in ag ed and my teaching certificate.
Yes, I remember that journey. I've known Brittany quite a long time. And another UAM graduate, we have so many come through here, and of course that UAM ag department's got a close spot in my heart as well. That's where I graduated from, a great department. And Drew Central, the ag department at Drew Central, always been highly regarded. And since you've been at the helm for 13 years now, you've done such incredible work and such an incredible job with so many students out there. Can you kind of give us a little bit of a look into what you're able to teach students out of the Agri department at Drew Central?
Sure. So ag education is based on a 3-circle model. One of those is classroom lab, one of those is FFA, and one of those is SAE. And so we try our best at Drew Central to show all of our students any opportunities in those 3 models. We have 2 pathways. We have animal systems and power, structural, and technical. All of our students start in an intro class, and then they have the choice of case animal science or ag fabrication and mechanics. And then from there they go on and can either take precision agriculture or our case veterinary science class.
That is just amazing. Just the depth and the vastness of what all is covered and what's offered to our kids right here in Drew County that go to Drew Central and can learn all these amazing things. To kind of break it down a little bit, I know you spend a lot of time in the shop.
We do.
Can you tell us about some of that stuff that goes on in the shop and some of the tools and stuff that are available to the kids?
So Intro to Ag gives them a little glimpse into our shop and lab, and then every year you progress, Tier 1 through Tier 3 gives you more time in the shop and the lab. And so our agricultural mechanics classes, they have access to plumbing, electricity, concrete, surveying, MIG welding, stick welding, oxyacetylene welding. Precision ag, we have 2 laser engravers, we have 2 CNC machines, mainly one for wood and one for metal. We also have a welding simulator, which helps them gain a little more confidence before they get out there with an actual machine and helps cut down the cost. And then kind of our lab side, our vet science kids, we have dog grooming opportunities. Our kids are learning to be a certified groomer and dog hygienist.
Wow.
They're also practicing skills they would use in a vet clinic as a vet tech or a vet assistant. And our case animal science classes, it can count as a science elective. It's an AP weighted class, and so they're getting a lot of experience actually conducting experiments. Their favorite one this year so far has been learning how to wash their hands properly.
Really?
Threw some glow germ powder on them, and they got to see where they did not wash their hands.
You better wash your hands good.
Yes.
That's something to learn. Well, we've got a couple projects here that you're doing in the shop. Can you tell us a little bit about it? I've got this one right here. It looks like a lot going on. Tell me what this is, Brittany.
So our ag mechanics and fabrication class, They are assigned a partner in August, and it is their partner for the entire year. As we work our way through each unit, they learn the basic skills through a smaller project, and then this is considered their final grade.
Okay.
So they get a grade for woodworking, doing the framing, just like you would in a home. We check for squareness, we check for levelness, make sure the lengths are all correct, and their rubrics based on that. Next, we did plumbing. They have to connect 3 different types of plumbing to each other, because if you move into a home, depending on if it's been added on or not, you may have 3 different types of plumbing.
I can attest to that. You know, I've had way more plumbing experience than I ever wanted to have.
I think most people have. And then from there, we do some electrical work. They're wiring up 3-way switches with an always hot receptacle to a light, so they can turn it on the other side of their room. And then they'll finish this up in the next month or so doing drywall and painting. So they will have to
Basic knowledge of electricity is so important. 2 things I know is that I can't see it and it can kill me.
Yes.
So safety is something that's paramount, and I'm glad that you are teaching the kids that and they understand the basics of it.
Yeah.
Tell us about this other project over here.
So every year our Southeast Arkansas Co-op hosts a Girl Power event. It's for girls only in agriculture classes. They have to create any project, and they have to use one of our precision ag machines.
Okay.
So they either have to use the laser engraver, the metal CNC, the wood CNC, or a combination. 6 of our students placed 2 weeks ago at the competition, and
Really?
They will be going on to state to compete. So I brought one of those with me. This student this is a photo of her and her best friend. She moved here from California last year. So she's a ways away from her, and so she wanted something that came from the heart to send her for graduation. And so this is an actual photo of them. She went online and converted it to an SVG file and then laser engraved it. And
laser engraving on wood.
Yep. We also can do acrylic and leather in that one machine.
Wow.
And then she put her, she scored on the back their favorite Bible verse that they have and their graduation date.
So using agriculture and using machines to create art. That's incredible. That's incredible. Well, let's talk a little bit about one more aspect, and you mentioned it in your opening, FFA, all right, which Future Farmers of America.
Well, our name changed in '88.
Oh, well, I'm a little behind. Okay.
People still know us as that. We're now the National FFA organization, and it changed just because not everybody's a producer anymore.
That's right.
Because agriculture is so much more than that.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because FFA, and we're coming out of FFA week, if I'm not mistaken, which is a big week. I was in FFA when I was in school. And I remember, there's a lot of competitions.
There are.
We competed in at Drew Central, and y'all still compete in those today.
We do. There's 2 main categories. There's leadership development events, and then there are career development events. This year we had a team participate in conduct of chapter meetings. They got second, went on to district in December.
Is that a parliamentary procedure?
It is.
Type?
It is an introduction to parliamentary procedure. They learn 10 basic motions that prepare them for moving on to a parliamentary procedure contest, but just giving them the basics for how business should be handled in a meeting.
And that's how, it don't matter if you're on your church board or any kind of board. You've got a parliamentary procedure, and so many people don't realize that.
Right.
And going through this type of course and being in this type of club, it gives them that. And I think that's huge when you're going out in the real world and you want to be part of something. It gives you an understanding of what the correct procedure and correct rules are.
Right. We're in the middle of career development season right now. We've been to a couple contests. We're going to a couple more before district. It's in March. Currently we have a land judging team, dairy cattle, milk quality, vet science, ag business. I think that's it.
When I was
Wildlife's new.
When I was out there, I was judging dairy cattle and meats.
Yeah.
And of course that's been a long time ago. But y'all practice and study here at Drew Central, and then when you go to compete, you go to SAU. Is that what you were telling me?
That's where our district is.
That's where the district competition.
This year so far, we've traveled to Prescott. We've been to Glenwood.
Wow, multiple competitions.
We will be in Magnolia for a practice competition. We'll be in Camden, and there's more all over the state. One of the neat things about it is that for sports, we're broken up into classifications, but in FFA, we compete against every level of school that's out there. So no matter how small or big you are,
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Same competition.
Wow, yeah. That's a challenge. And,
it can be.
let's just talk about livestock. In Hermitage, y'all had a great program as far as showing livestock and everything, and you've brought that to Drew Central. That's really been one of the core things of your time out there, is helping kids understand about showing animals and raising animals. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, my passion was obviously swine because of where I was raised, but I found very, very quickly that the population of Drew Central, I don't know if you've checked the prices of livestock lately. They're through the roof.
I know.
And so what I have found that works best for my students is through dairy and breeding stock, because they can afford to put that investment in once.
Gotcha.
And then grow on that investment.
Okay.
So where a market animal you may keep from May to October, my students are getting animals and continuously raising them year-round. They're breeding them, they're helping in the birthing process, they're preparing those newborns to be weaned, and then they're showing those. And so it's been a great way for them to see that side of production agriculture and learn how to own their own business.
Hey, I love animals, and I'm happy that you're working with the kids out there. Now, FFA, like we just talked about, great organization. I know that out at Drew Central, y'all have at least one fundraiser. I know y'all still doing the fruit.
We do fruit meat in the fall.
Fruit and meat in the
That's
fall.
our typical fall fundraiser. And then we usually do an Esau corn fundraiser. We usually start selling in May, and pickups usually in June or July.
Oh, okay, during the summer.
So they give us a price break on it, and we sell it at pretty much what you would pay at any store around here.
Where can somebody find these fundraisers? Do you have a Facebook page?
So we have a Facebook page. It's Drew Central FFA. Because of the way the laws are with schools, it is a person and not just a page, but we promise we will accept you if you send us a friend request. But yeah, we post it on there. It's a Google form you fill out. It tells you how to get all the information to us.
So if you're wanting to get some great corn, or if you're wanting to get some top-notch fruit and meat, you said, even meat?
Yep, we sell fruit and meat in the fall.
Then check out the FFA Facebook page and get your orders in, because they do this to raise money to help do all these great things that Brittany's able to do with her students. And if somebody would just like to become a supporter of Drew Central Ag or Drew Central FFA, how can they go about doing that?
So there's two ways you can do it. You can send our Facebook page a message and we can send you a link. We have an online link now where you can donate at any time. Another way is to donate just to Arkansas FFA. When you donate to the Arkansas FFA Foundation, you can put Drew Central as a tagline. If we're able to raise a certain number of funds that way in the year, it gives us free registration spots, it gives us early registration, and so either way it helps us out.
Perfect. Well, I absolutely love everything you're doing out there. I love agriculture. It's what drives our economy here in Southeast Arkansas and what feeds the world. So keep doing what you're doing. I've enjoyed having you on today. Thank you for telling our viewers a little bit about what's going on at Drew Central. We'll be back. We are here today visiting with a good friend of mine from UAM, Mr. Greg Montgomery. Welcome to the show, Greg. For our viewers who may not know you, would you mind talking a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yeah, that's a subject I don't mind getting on. I'm a Southeast Arkansas born and bred boy from Star City. Graduated from the Ag Department at UAM, 1999. Me and you.
99, yeah.
We partners. And had the fortune of working there on the farm while I was going to college. And my boss, David Shockey, was a very good, he was a good mentor. and he left, and I was just kind of the perfect timing for my senior year. I got the job as the farm manager / program technician, because at the time, Southeast Research Extension Centers who I worked for.
Yep.
We were officially, I was paid by the University of Arkansas out of Fayetteville Ag Experiment Station, and loved the job. I've always been somebody that really has enjoyed being around cattle, livestock, and that group of people. It's more of a kind of a lifestyle, and get in where you fit in, and that's just kind of who the group I fell in with.
Oh yeah.
And worked there for 18 years as a program technician, and in 2018, the Southeast Research Extension Center closed down, and that kind of left me in a little bit of a limbo. The University of Arkansas at Monticello decided that they wanted to continue to have a beef cattle program on campus. They felt it was pretty vital to the ag program, which is a vital program there on the University of Arkansas at Monticello's campus.
Well, and of course that's what we want to talk about. That's what you're on here today to talk about. You know, we're UAM, which I guess originally was Arkansas A&M, years ago.
Sure was.
Animals have always been part of the curriculum out there. Agriculture has always been a big part of the university. And this program that's now 100% owned by UAM is an exciting program. A lot of people in this area, Southeast Arkansas, run cattle. They're into cattle. You know, it's always been a big part of this area. And I look forward to talking about that. You know, I mentioned you and I are friends. We go back a long way.
Yeah.
And you've always been, very involved in the community. Of course, your wife, Kelly, she's got an ag base as well.
Sure does.
And, you've got a daughter and 2 grandkids now.
Yep.
So this Southeast Arkansas, like you say, has been your home for your entire life.
Has been.
And UAM has been your home for a large portion of it.
Yep, sure has.
Not only have you been the farm manager since 1999, like we talked about, but you've got, went and got higher degrees, of education. You've hired student workers who you've trained and showed how to work the farm.
Yep.
Part of that UAM agriculture program out there who got hands-on experience by working this cattle herd that y'all do. And it's grown so much since UAM took it over because, when things there was kind of a shake-up. University of Arkansas cut a few things, changed a few things, and if I recall correctly, there was a fear that the program may be cut, may lose it.
Yes.
And at that time, UAM stepped up and said, "We want to continue this program." And with all your experience, they trusted you to be the head of it.
Yep.
Let's pick up from there and let's talk about what that program has become since that move happened.
So, you talked about the students. Keith, dude, the reality of it is what we do is it's people. Mm-hmm. It's all about the people. It's all about the students. And the cool thing about UAM, and it's just my sector of it, is the cow herd. And the ability to pour into kids over the years, that's why I'm at UAM.
Oh, yeah.
I've had the fortune of having some opportunities that I could go do something, but them kids aren't there.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've seen the close relationship that you've made with your student workers and even the classes. I'm an ag alumni from UAM, and I took classes that took us out on the farm, messing with the herd. And that type of hands-on experience, everything can't happen in the classroom. There's plenty of classroom work.
Sure,
now, there's no doubt about that.
Yes, it is.
But for the campus to have that type of hands-on ability of pasture land, because there's a lot goes into maintaining a herd than just buying and selling cattle, which UAM does.
Sure.
You know, you got to understand rotational grazing. Y'all, at one time, have y'all ever used artificial insemination?
Oh,
or
yeah.
have
I still
you
do.
used AI, artificial insemination, to breed your cows?
Embryo transfer.
Embryo transfers.
Yep.
You got to have them on a cycle. You want them to birth at a certain time.
Sure.
You know, all that goes into managing a cattle herd. And a lot of students that go to get their degrees in agriculture, they have plans of having their own farm,
Sure.
or being a farm manager like yourself,
You bet.
or, you know, just having some cows to run, and this is a side hustle, I guess what you'd say.
You bet.
And they need to learn all that kind of stuff, and UAM gives them that opportunity.
Or they too just kind of appreciate the people
Yep.
and the lifestyle that kind of comes along with having the cows. I mean, it is. I mean, it's, you know.
The lifestyle on a farm, it's a certain smell.
It is.
Sometimes the smell ain't always good,
Sure. No.
but you know, it's a certain smell, it's a certain feeling.
Yes.
To being outside, being able to work. I know you enjoy it. I know
Sure.
you love it, or you wouldn't have been doing it as long as you have.
That's right.
But there's also a business side to it,
Sure.
and that's what to me has really been so impressive about when UAM decide to take the reins on this themselves and push forward, is how successful it's been from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
And, you know, tell us a little bit about, you're a beef master herd, correct?
Yes.
Tell us tell our viewers a little bit about what that means.
So, of course, there's several breeds. It's kind of like a pickup truck, Ford,
Yeah.
Chevy, and breeds all have certain specific things that they bring to the table that are positives. Dr. Ed Coburn was my boss there at UAM, and he was a beef master breeder.
Gotcha.
And we were kind of a designated Brahman a research herd. And of course, beef master is half beef master, quarter shorthorn, and a quarter Hereford.
Okay.
Is what makes up the breed.
But it's a very sought after and respected breed.
Well, and so what we have been able to do, because of being a university, they are very good. The Beefmaster Breeders United have been very good to go, okay, we want y'all to kind of be a flagship. Like,
Okay.
we want y'all to raise the flag in that part of the world. And so they donate a lot of genetics to us, whether it be
A lot of science involved.
Oh man, it is, and it's
Too much for us to talk about on this show.
Very much
obviously.
so, very much so. But they want us to kind of be as good a quality herd as there possibly can be, to kind of show off what we can do with the herd.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was 2024 that bull from your herd
Yeah,
won Best of Show
Yep.
at the Arkansas State
and
Fair.
did it again this past year.
And did it again in 2025 as well,
did,
back-to-back years.
Yeah, sure did.
That's impressive in itself.
Yeah.
And I know you and I have talked about some of the breeding that you've done across in state lines down in Texas,
Yeah.
with some UAM alumni that have cattle. And I know that you've also started up I believe it's called, it's a sale that y'all do every spring. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that?
Last Saturday in April, we always have what we call the Aggie Comeback.
The Aggie Comeback,
and,
yeah.
We just try to promote a little bit of the genetics that we have on campus, give an opportunity for people to come and purchase what we're growing out there.
And that's the last Saturday in April.
Last Saturday in April. Yep.
Do you have something coming up in March?
And then in March, for the program, the Ag program, we have what we call the Ag Alumni Dinner.
Correct.
And it'll be over in McGee, March 7th. We can get tickets, and we have steak dinner, and it's just a fundraiser for not only scholarships, but also for, they helped purchase a cattle trailer for
Helps
the
with
Ag.
the program.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so that's a big deal for our program.
Well, it's fascinating to me. But like I said, I've always been fascinated with agriculture and the science of it as well. If somebody wanted to find out a little bit more about the herd, look into it a little bit deeper than what we're getting into on this show, where could they find that information? Where could they go to find it?
On Facebook, look up Greg Montgomery.
Okay.
Man, I try to be the face of the herd You can get a hold of me on Facebook. Call the College of Forestry Ag Natural Resource Department.
Gotcha.
One of my favorite things to do is give people tours on campus.
Wow.
So be glad to have anybody that want to come look and see what we're doing with the cattle and
That's
ride
awesome.
around. And I will bore you to death, or I will titillate you, whichever way you fall.
Well, I know I'm not alone in this area with being fascinated, interested in cattle. Like I say, it's a big industry in Southeast Arkansas.
It is.
And I think that's a program that is very well worth a tour and learning more about. So I encourage all of our viewers to give that number a call, look y'all up, check it out, and find out a little bit more about the UAM cattle herd. Thank you for coming on today, Greg.
Thanks,
I've enjoyed
Wes.
our conversation.
Enjoyed it, buddy.
And I look forward to seeing you again.
Yes, sir.
We're excited here at Monticello Minute Unscripted to have our sponsors, Monticello Chevrolet GMC, Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union, and the Woods, a Nightingale community. We thank them for their support and for making this broadcast possible.